Queer times. Queer times. Queer times.
Kristen. Welcome to Queer Times.
Yeah. How's it going?
It's great.
Good.
Busy week. Strawberry Social's coming up.
Exciting.
Summer of Sass, regular fundraiser every year, the Strawberry Social. My family showed up this weekend with a little bit of notice.
Ooh.
And so I'm wrecked right now because there's 2 children under 4.
Ooh.
Yes. And a niece that's 25. So you got to play with small children and get drunk with nieces. And that's a tall order for someone of my age.
Yeah, I had my 2-year-old nephew in town a couple weeks ago, and he is potty training. He also has a condition called diabetes insipidus.
Okay. I don't think I know how that works.
I don't quite know how it works either. It has something to do with the way he metabolizes water, and he is constantly peeing and drinking water.
Okay.
And he also likes to pee outside because he's a little boy. So it's like constantly him just like dropping trow and peeing.
That is the only, and the pay rate you guys get, but the only jealousy that I have
is that you can't just like whip it out.
Whipping your dick out and taking a piss.
Yeah.
Like what a freedom.
Mm-hmm.
What a liberating. And I think that maybe skinny women also are, I can say that because I'm not. But I think there is the logistics of a chonker squatting and getting things not on themselves.
Totally.
Is a very different set of geometry.
Yeah.
So
I mean, speaking of, on the flip side, I recently saw a TikTok where they were interviewing this person who had been in prison for a long time. And they were like, oh, is there anything that you did in prison that you still do? And he's like, oh, I pee sitting down. Because in prison, sometimes, I don't know, the toilet is in the room.
Right.
Like right next to your beds.
Yeah.
And when you pee standing up, everything's splashing everywhere, going everywhere. So the rule is like sit down to pee so it's not getting everywhere. And I was like, that's so smart.
Why?
So I started peeing sitting down in my own home.
As you should.
Yeah.
And I would like to apologize for you because to you, and to all men. I saw a TikTok that blew my mind.
Okay.
And it was a guy showing his wife what happens when a guy tries to pee. Because I did in my life believe that your urine came out in a very tempered and succinct stream. And he took a garden hose and he just would crimp it and uncrimp it and the piss and he was basically like, hold that water hose and tell me that you're gonna hit the toilet every time.
Okay, he should talk to his doctor.
Okay. So I take back my apology. Thank you, Harrison. Yeah. I take that back. So it is.
If your pee stream is constantly starting and stopping, I think that is a symptom of potential prostate issues and also maybe some Kegel exercises.
I don't know if it was. Wait, you can Kegel your dick?
Of course, it's just your pelvic floor muscles.
Wow, I am learning so much already, and we haven't even gotten into the episode. Wait, so are you doing it right now?
No,
I am.
I guess, yeah.
No, the whole of your dick?
No.
Oh, just
your
dick
pelvic
itself.
floor muscles. And men should do Kegel exercises because you can have more powerful, strong erections as well as more powerful and shootery loads.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Kegel, not just for tight pussies.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing. Who knew?
For big shooters.
Big shooter. Wow, do your Kegels, fellas.
Truly.
Is this a gay thing?
No, not really.
Where did you learn?
I'm just a man of the world.
I'm just a man of the world. All right, so we've covered Kegels for men.
But also for men who are circumcised, they typically have a steady small stream.
Okay.
And for men who aren't circumcised, if they
lift the flap.
Well, it's hard to pull back your foreskin. If you have a good amount of foreskin, it's hard to pull back your foreskin while you're soft.
Okay. So you gotta get aroused to pee?
No. So it's more of a.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this could have been. Oh, it's more like you put your thumb on the hose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I don't feel like I need to apologize then.
No.
All right. But is it?
But also, if your piss goes everywhere, clean it up.
Is it hard to control?
No.
Okay, because it was very much being made to seem like it's really hard to control. And then I was like, well, why don't men sit down? And is it because someone said it was gay?
Probably.
Like what is
Like it's emasculating.
Yeah, like what would it be? Take a rest.
Is not pissing everywhere emasculating?
Not when your wife cleans it up.
Crazy.
Isn't that insane?
Crazy.
That is the only problem I have with gender neutral restrooms. Is that I have one privilege in a queer community, and that is that generally the bathrooms didn't smell like pee in the women's room, and now they certainly do. And that's because everyone can go everywhere.
I thought I've talked to my friends with vaginas, and what they often hover, and it gets everywhere.
There are hoverers,
Right.
and I don't believe you build your immune system like that.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way.
If there's something visibly on a seat, I'm going to get a thing. It's going to be wiped,
yeah,
etc. But the hover, I don't understand, and it does cause a fucking disgusting
yeah.
mess.
Get a little not dirty,
Yeah,
but like people are crazy. Touch things.
our obsession with bathrooms in general is so weird, and also weird that we're so obsessed with them, but also so bad at them.
Mm-hmm.
We have no communal care.
Yeah,
Like if we could just all agree that we all have to shit, we all have to piss,
yeah,
and we should have a clean, safe place to do that. It just feels like there's something should be sacred. And that is the one thing that actually does unite us all. And somehow it manages to divide us more than anything else.
yeah. Totally.
It's the one thing all humans have to do.
Well, women's restrooms, I notice, have a potential to be messier. I don't want to say dirtier, but it's because every person who's using the restroom has to use the toilet paper,
Yes.
where that's not typical of a men's room. And the
Right.
thing is, I'm not blaming it at all. Public restroom toilet paper is garbage.
It's terrible.
Yeah, and you try to grab some and like a tiny little piece comes off and you go, eh. And
I
then-
don't do that.
Oh, what do you do?
I just add it to the other pile.
Oh, okay.
Like, and then I just
Yeah.
make a little pile of.
Totally. But I mean, I've had to unfortunately use public restrooms and toilet paper. And sometimes it's like, eh.
When pooping?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Horrible.
I have shit shame.
I used to very much be like, oh, I do not poop anywhere but my own home, but that has softened in my age,
As says your poop.
as has my continence. I'm just kidding.
Now I can go at an airport maybe or somewhere really nameless, faceless, but I really struggle with shitting.
I very much try to make it not in like these American stalls where it's
Yeah.
like there's like a 1-inch gap that I don't want people to be able to see any part of my body while I'm pooping.
Yeah, we are privileged.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's enough.
I think that's enough. We really went down a rabbit hole there, but I think it's important. We're warming up.
Yeah, totally.
We're getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Oh, but I did want to tell you real quick something that my great nephew said today.
Okay.
He said, speaking of bathrooms, he said, Mommy, is Aunt Chris a boy? And she said, no, Aunt Chris is a girl. And he said, why? And I was like, exactly.
My question exactly.
Exactly. This happens to me a lot. It happened. I used to have one of my albums my comedy albums was called How Could She? And it was after my ex-fiance's niece could not wrap her head around the fact that I wasn't a boy. And I think she had a little crush on me.
Mhm.
And so when she was like, is Aunt Chris a boy? And they were like, no, Aunt Chris is a girl. And she was like, how could she? Like I had broken her little
Disgusting.
heart. Crazy, 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 crazy. Anyway, the kids say the darndest things, but
Truly.
for me, it really sums up why I believe the children are the future. They get it. They get
Yeah.
it.
Well,
Until
children's-
you teach them otherwise, they understand that there's something about me that doesn't say girl to them the way their mom does.
Right. But also I wish children are taught the binary at such an early age. It's ingrained in them from even before they're born with their gender reveal parties.
Yeah.
So I wish they were allowed to experience gender and the variances within that in a more
The spectrum of.
Yeah, in a way that they're not like, but boy or girl.
Right.
Right. I
Right,
wish
no,
they could
exactly,
be
yeah.
like, I wish there was more space for them to live in that.
And there kind of was in our discussion, and I was like, I know people ask that all the time. It's crazy, but this is who I am, and people come in all different ways, and I wear hats just like Aunt Kendall, who's also queer.
Mhm.
And now we're ladies who wear hats.
but of course.
Anyway, I thought that was adorable, and I wanted to tell you because it's
No,
adorable,
that's very cute.
and
yeah.
kids get it.
Yeah. I mean, my 2-year-old nephew who was here a few weeks ago, he was obsessed with Ariel for a little while. I was also obsessed with Ariel as a child, but also very Like he came to Provincetown and what he was most excited about is on our walk into town, we passed like an excavating company and he was most excited to be able to see the trucks.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like out of all the things in Provincetown,
Yeah.
it was like trucks and boats.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my parents allowed me to experience all of that and without shame.
Right.
And they're also doing that as well. And my sister brought nail polish and I like painted his nails. And I know that's because, not that I know that's because, but like I used to paint my little sister's nails when I was younger.
Right.
And I think this whole, it's
That's
really cute. You said you have the Strawberry Social coming up, which is the Summer of Sass's biggest fundraiser of the year.
That is a fact.
Yeah.
Next Friday.
I also
5
have
to
a
8.
big event that you're included in this week.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's go. It's Harris. It's Here Comes Local Honey.
Right. So I've worked for the last 5 years at the Provincetown Brewing Company. It is one of my favorite places in the world.
We love them. If you haven't gone, go.
Yeah. And I have been hosting for this is the 5th one. On August 5th, the anniversary of the Provincetown Brewing Company, we do a pageant called the Bearded Mistress Pageant. The Provincetown Brewing Company's signature IPA is the Bearded Mistress IPA. So every year, August 5th anniversary, we do a pageant, and the winner of said pageant gets to be on the can of the Bearded Mistress for that next year.
Pretty big deal.
It's really fun. I know. I've hosted it every year, so I obviously can't win, but I know nothing would make my father prouder of me than me being on a beer can.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get a limited run special brew.
Right?
That is
like
just,
Bud Light did with Dylan Mulvaney.
Exactly. Maybe it's just a local honey. Maybe it's got a touch of honey in it.
Well, I was thinking a local honey brown ale.
I like a local honey brown ale.
Yeah.
I think that could be done. Have you talked to people about this?
Not really. But everyone always says like your drag persona is either born at Halloween or at Pride, but my drag persona was born the first Bearded Mistress pageant. I was like, it's the Bearded Mistress pageant. I have a beard. I'm going to do drag. My drag character's name is Local Honey and has a beard.
I love it.
Yeah. But
we love Local Honey. And you're a hot lady.
Truly.
Honestly.
It's so funny though, because like.
Is that what your sister looks like?
No.
Because she's a little gay, right?
She's not, she plays softball.
Yeah.
She's very much a badass woman who like didn't take her husband's last name and yeah.
How old are those kids? How old are your?
Are my
First of all, does your sister listen to this podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
My sister is amazing.
I'm sure your sister is amazing. I know.
And just like me, like didn't have gender roles forced upon her and became the amazing woman that she is without those limitations or expectations.
You know, it is something that I think I recognize how steeped in the gender binary the Deep South is. And it's a bummer. It's a real bummer. It's something that I almost think sometimes it does a disservice to heterosexuals because
100%.
When they don't fit in the very rigid column, they get assumed everything else, even though they might want to have a mullet and suck a dick.
Yeah.
You know, a woman.
Yeah.
Totally. You're the look on your face is like, everybody I know has a mullet.
Everyone I know wants to suck a dick and has a mullet.
All right, okay.
But also, first of all, homophobia, I don't feel like is the proper term for what people understand homophobia to be, which is hatred of queer people. But I think homophobia, the fear of queerness, is something that affects straight people so much more than gay people.
Yes. So wait, so what you're saying is you define homophobia as hatred and not fear? Because I
think people understand it as the hatred. Like when people,
but that hatred derives
like
from
if someone walked down the
fear.
street and called me a faggot, people would be like, that's homophobic. It's not scared of gay people, which is what homophobia means. It's not because of a fear of gay people. That person's an asshole. He hates gay people and decided to hurl hate speech at me. There needs to be another word for that because that is not homophobia.
Correct.
But this fear of homosexuality is something that is very real and affects straight people much more than queer people.
I don't know about that.
I think
that the way that queer people process that fear is what keeps them in the closet for so long.
100%. But I feel like I live a life separate from homophobia at this point.
Yeah, well, we made a very conscious choice.
Right. And I feel like a lot of gay people get to that point, which I understand it shouldn't be as much of a slog as it is because of that exact point. But like straight men like refuse to have emotions or hug their friends, or like the amount of things that they restrict themselves from doing, cleaning their own butthole because it's gay, because they're afraid of being perceived as gay. They're walking around like these like
With dingleberries?
hate monsters with dirty assholes.
I was just thinking about, I was at TikTok or no, I don't know where it was, but it was a man ranting.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about blowjobs or like not getting one or something. And all I could think about when you were talking about that, I was like, I wonder if that guy had a dirty asshole.
Of course.
Like, why would your wife suck your dick if your asshole smells?
Literally.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Clean yourself. It's not gay to clean your butthole.
That is wild.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think I knew that.
Oh, yeah.
That there's a whole thing about washing your ass. Why would you not wash your ass?
I think they think they're washing their ass. I don't think they know that they need to like get in there.
Oh,
and I'm
okay.
not saying in there as inside there, but you
mean they're not separating the cheeks?
Yeah, you got to separate the cheeks. Touch your anus. Touch your anus.
Touch your butthole.
With soap.
And they probably wonder why it's so itchy.
Literally. And then they're sitting on our couches.
Straight men.
Disgusting.
I have a lot of you as friends, and I need to be sure that you're going home and washing your anus.
Yeah.
Cleanse your booty.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't be that guy.
And also, like,
it doesn't make you gay.
This I know is pushing
unless you're sucking a dick while you're washing your ass.
Literally. This I know is pushing it a step farther, but I always say like gay men aren't bottoms because they're gay. They're bottoms because they're men. Like they enjoy anal penetration, not because it's not that like gay people like anal penetration. Men like anal penetration.
Why do so many women do it then?
What do you mean? Oh, women enjoy it as well.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know women who love it.
I do not.
Oh. But like the male G spot is often referred to as, or the prostate is often referred to as the male G spot.
Right.
And it's not because gay men like having dicks in their ass. It's that men like having dicks in their ass.
All men.
All men have the potential to enjoy it.
If they would just relax their asshole and wash it.
Yeah. And one of the, literally, and one of the saddest things, I think one of the most enjoyable things in our lives as human beings is sex and sexual experiences. And I feel bad for people who limit themselves and their potential for joy and pleasure because of societal bullshit, religious bullshit, or homophobia.
There's a lot of it. But I think there's also a space for, I think that the concept, we were so conditioned to procreate that like the concept of asexuality, I think, gets overlooked a lot. And I think it should be talked about more. It's not how I identify, but I think it's something that I know in the younger generation that I work with. There's a lot of aces and people who, as much as some people have an extreme sexual drive, some people have much less. And that never really gets talked about. Someone's just kind of a weirdo and there's like, it's just not something that drives me to do things, right? And I don't think it's unnatural. And I'm not convinced it's shame-based. I think it's a way of being. I think it's another part of the spectrum.
Oh, totally.
And it's a way of being. And I don't think that it gets enough conversation. I would actually be interested in what you think about it because the gay society is so fuck-driven in what I see, right? Like, I don't spend a lot of time, obviously I spend a lot of time surrounded by gay men, but like, I'm not enmeshed in...
You're not in the dark room.
I'm not in the dark room, unless somebody asks me, and then I'll put on a mustache. That could be a kink.
My experience with this, I also feel like not that asexuality is shame-based, but so much of our perception of our own sexuality is shame-based.
For sure. And throw in body shaming.
Totally.
The shame can come from any one of the barrels of shame that gets
right.
heaved at us on a daily basis.
But I was in my 20s. I turned 20 and came out in 2007. And there was kind of, I don't want to say a movement because that makes it seem, but there was more of an acknowledgement of what people now refer to as a side. And typically before that, it was you were a
Would
top.
you define a side for our audience? Just
Yeah.
in case?
Well, before that, you would either be a top or a bottom, or some variation in between verse top, verse bottom, fully verse, which is both. And that was what you were. Those were your 5 options. And as I was becoming a sexual being in my 20s, I often was like, am I asexual? Because I don't like this.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I don't like bottoming, typically.
Same.
Topping didn't appeal to me as much as I felt like it should. And now, since this revolution or whatever of a side, which is someone who enjoys sex without penetration, without like anal penetration when it comes to gay men, or doesn't prioritize it or center it, that really made me, I'm like, oh.
So there's a lot of lesbian sides out there.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, it was very nice to be like, oh, I'm not broken. And for me, I was like, am I asexual? Because I don't like doing this.
Mm-hmm.
But it turns out I just like other things a lot more.
And I think that's the part that the prudishness of it all, really, you're right. We do all of ourselves a disservice by thinking that there's only one way to fuck.
Yeah. And for me,
that
it's
is
like
fast and hard.
jackhammer. But for me, I'm like on my we'll call them dating profiles.
Is that what you'll call them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I typically say like often down to top, but it, like penetrative anal sex is not a priority for me. And it can be the main event, the climax, the end, but like there's 3,000 things I want to do before that.
Name me 5.
When people ask me what I'm into.
What are you into, Kristen?
When people ask me what I'm into, well, first of all, I hate when I ask someone what they're into and they're like, verse. I'm like, okay. So anything, literally anything. When people ask me what I'm into, I typically say oral, edging, restraints, hits.
I don't know this one.
Like armpits.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just pheromones?
Yeah. And
Man smells?
Not necessarily smelly armpits, but armpits.
Just man smells.
Yeah.
That's how I knew I was gay.
You were like, I hate that.
I did. Like,
Totally.
just actually was like, thought the smell was really gross. And like, my friends would be like, oh my God, and I'd be like, ugh.
Yeah.
And that's when I actually got a lot of self-love out of that. There was a moment in that where I was like, oh, I'm actually repulsed by this smell. And I love a pussy. And I love the way it smells. And I love the way it tastes. And I love it.
Yeah.
So anyway, not to get off, we have one more from your list.
A lot of people think when I say pits, it's like, oh, I like smelly pits, but it's like, it's an intimacy of like, oh, I know what your pits smell like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you're wearing Irish Spring or like, I'm like, that's you. That's how you're presenting yourself. And I like having that intimacy of like, having my face buried in your armpit, no matter what it smells like.
Scent is the strongest memory, I think. Or like the strongest trigger to memory. Like scent will like bring you back to two things.
Yeah.
No, and it is, and it's an intimacy thing. My armpits smell differently.
Yeah.
And a girlfriend noticed that and pointed that out to me.
Also, sometimes I smell people who typically people would call body odor, and I'm very into it. And other people have body odor, not more or less, but it's just a smell I don't like.
Yeah. Chemistry for the win. What's the last?
Nips.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I like a good nip.
Yeah.
We're very similar. We are in that way, I think. I think we would.
Yeah. And also body worship. Did I leave that? I just want to like connect, be two beings experiencing each other in a way that we let ourselves go and enjoy each other and ourselves and allow ourselves to experience all pleasure that can be within that. And then I typically end it with like what I said before, down to top, but not a priority. Right. And also like once I really allowed myself to be like, this is what I like, I'm going to start telling people what I like and asking for what I like. And this was recently, this was probably like 5 months ago. I have been having the best sexual experiences I ever have.
What do you think? Oh, it was the antidepressants. I was like, what do you think?
I don't know if it's the antidepressants, but I also think it is. I find that when I'm smoking weed or not smoking weed, my sex drive is much lower when I'm smoking weed.
I think that makes total sense. Yeah. So when you're not smoking weed, you out fuck it.
Well, yeah. I quit because I was in Fort Lauderdale for 2 months and I just like, it wasn't part of my routine. And
you had a great 2 months in Fort Lauderdale.
I kind of scared myself at a point.
Really?
Well, I was trying to do I told my coworkers who I was down there with, and by coworkers, I mean castmates in this stupid place. Not stupid, but
In the show you were in.
Silly play we were doing, so it's a more casual environment. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do 40 boys and 40 nights, and so I was counting because there were some days where nothing would happen, and other days where maybe 2. And then when I was at like 20 on day like 9, I was like, I'm gonna stop counting. It's kind of scaring me.
Now, what about the fear of it? I know that not everyone's a killer, but it just feels like, is that just not a thing? Are you just on the vibe of it? You're just like, not to scare you. That's not my intent at all. I'm just like, this moment where I think about strangers and how I feel that they can be scary. Not that I wouldn't hook up. I actually had a hookup one time in Canada that I may have, thank goodness I was charming, because afterwards I was like, was I set up? Like a little bit, because I was fucked up, right? Nothing bad happened. But I don't know, it was just a thing, and it has led me to think a little bit more about like that. You know,
I mean, I'm definitely on guard when I'm meeting people.
Do you go to places, or do people come to you, or
either?
You don't care?
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering, because some people have like, I never go to a stranger's house. Or,
no, I'll do either.
Or I never have a stranger at my house, or
But I'm also like, I'm an empath. No, I'm just kidding. But like, I
can tell.
I try to read people. I try to, but while I was in Fort Lauderdale, actually, I was there with one of the other castmates in the show I was in. It was, is a lesbian, a woman, and she was much more attuned to those things because of the world we live in.
Yeah.
And she made me, if I was going everywhere, she made me give her the address and a timetable.
Yeah, and that's how women go through life. And that's,
it's scary.
We plan for the worst case scenario because everyone, because it happens more often than not. And so, and you just go through life like, you got a dick, put it in me, let's go.
If this is the last one, better be good. But it was funny. There was actually one experience where I was like, oh, I'm talking to this guy. He's going to tie me up. And he's like, okay, you have to give me the address and a time limit, or I have to hear from you within this time limit.
Yeah.
And then as this guy was putting me in these things, I was like, oh, just so you know, my friend has to hear from me within I think it was an hour and a half. She has your address, or she'll be coming here potentially with the police.
Yeah.
And he like kind of like laughed it off.
Yeah.
In a way that made me feel more comfortable. Like, don't worry, you're safe here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I think you should say that every time now. Because whether it's real or not, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, one of the things I am kind of into is restraints. And when I talk to people about putting them in restraints, I make sure, I'm like, just so you know, like my intention is only pleasure. I'm not gonna try to hurt you. If you don't feel safe in any moment, let me know and I will have you out of these in 5 seconds. And it allows people, and some people are like, oh, that's actually really great. I feel really safe with you. I'm like, great. That's my intention. I want you to feel really safe with me.
I am shocked that you get restrained. I do not enjoy being tied up. I do tie people. I do not. It's not my favorite. Katie could tie me up. That's fine. Yeah. Like there's so much trust there, but it's never been something I enjoyed. And I'm shocked that you do.
Well, for me,
in a non-shame way.
I always say, when I'm, I guess, trying to convince guys to do it, but I always say, like, it's not about control. It's more of a reminder that you're only there. Your only goal is to feel pleasure.
Right.
Because a lot of times in casual sex, people can get wrapped up in okay, he sucked my dick for 3 minutes. Now I have to suck his dick for 3 minutes.
Sure.
And then it's like, it's very this reciprocal. I need to make sure I'm giving and receiving as well. And I'm just like, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking to make you feel really good.
Yeah.
And they're more of a reminder that, like,
I enjoy making you feel really good.
You not only do you not have to, but you can't. And the fact that you can't is the reminder that you don't have to.
Yeah.
And I'm very good at it. Call me.
Get in line, folks. The list is growing.
Yeah. But I also like that from...
And that one's for Harrison's sister.
Yeah, exactly. Dear God.
Maybe we just tell her not to listen to this episode. All right, here we go.
Whatever. Oh, should we talk about real things?
That would be shame.
Yeah.
And we don't have that. I think we should talk about some real things. And I think it's interesting that we ended up with this sexual discussion because we haven't talked about Epstein yet.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking thing.
I know. It's so shocking to me because I thought there was nothing that Trump could do that would make his base turn against him in any way.
Have they?
Well, let's first of all, Trump ran on the idea that he was going to release this Epstein list, which had a list of people that had had gone to Epstein's Island or were contacts of Epstein, who is known as one of the most, I don't want to say prolific, but he is a predator, the biggest sexual predator we've seen.
He's a sexual predator with a ton of means. And when you have that much money, you can kind of be predatory.
Yeah. But I did, and then Trump basically, it was really weird. He just was like, ugh, that's boring. All of a sudden, it was like, oh, what's boring? And he was like, oh, that stuff, it's boring. And everyone was like, wait, what? And there seemed to be a lot of people that were voicing that they were frustrated with Trump. And it seemed like that might have been a place where they were going to start to turn on him.
His approval ratings are down right now.
Mhm.
And part of it, I think the part that troubles me from my perspective is this incessant need to see the files when there's so many women who have, if you just believe the women who told you this is happening,
Yeah.
we wouldn't, what the fuck is this? You need to see that somebody, even though, and the same people who are like, show us the files. Do they forget that the first time Epstein was arrested was in 2005? These are all files from their evil cabal. Like, if they believe, the logic doesn't track. If they believe that the government is full of, they need to drain the swamp and they're full of predators and they are blood-sucking aliens who are eating their children, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You want the files from those people?
Right.
Like, that's going to make you believe this when in reality, there's so much evidence.
Yeah. And that's kind of, I was like, wait, didn't we already know all this? Haven't we seen the flight logs? I've seen dozens of pictures of Trump with Epstein. I've seen dozens of pictures with Bill Clinton with Epstein. I see dozens of pictures with Prince Andrew with Epstein. Like, we know. But I did see a TikTok basically saying this is how cults work. There's going to be something that turns them off all of a sudden, and it will be shocking for people outside of it because you have seen 1,000 things that you're like, why is this not turning you off? Why is this not turning off? And all of a sudden, like, something will happen and you're like, okay,
right.
This is the thing that made y'all realize.
Epstein was first arrested in 2005.
Yeah.
Because a 14-year-old girl's parents said that he paid her for a massage.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then in 2006, they indict him on solicitation of prostitution. Right? But somebody in the Palm Beach Police Department was like, this guy's a fucking creep.
Yeah.
Something else is going on. Like, a solicitation of prostitution is a nothing charge.
Yeah.
It's like a fine to a gazillionaire, right?
Even though they're a 14-year-old who wasn't selling anything.
No, correct. Who he convinced could start a massage internship and work in one of the resorts or something, right? Like, so everything under this guy's, but he was soliciting prostitution from a child. But in 2006, they were like, the Palm Beach Police Department was like, we need the FBI. In 2008, he went to 18 months. He went to jail in 2008. Like, just the way that this has been going on, he was released after 13 months, like, and continues to go on. Literally 2009, 2010, 2015. 2015 is when he starts getting sued. And do you know the other thing that no one talks about? Everyone's like, Epstein didn't kill himself. Do you think his accuser killed herself? Because she committed suicide in April of this year. Are you fucking kidding me?
There is a person who accused both Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein of rape. They are known publicly under the pseudonym of Katie Johnson. She filed a lawsuit in 2016 claiming that Trump raped her in 1994 when she was 13 years old at a party allegedly hosted by Epstein.
There are so many photos.
Right.
And this idea that they don't want you to know who was involved, like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know why any of us are surprised. This is normal patriarchy. This is what happens.
Yes.
You get a level of money. You believe you can abuse whoever you want to abuse. You believe that because of who you are, their desire to be in proximity to you and your wealth then affords you the privilege of taking advantage of that because you believe that they want to take advantage of getting money from you, right? So, well, then you're going to get the thing you want the most, which is young women.
Right. I mean, Donald Trump has also made quotes over and over and over again about
his own daughter,
how he likes young women. I mean, young girls.
Yes. He likes them very young. While we're watching trans women be accused of the vilest of crimes under the guise of protecting women, while the people who are abusing the women are in the positions of power and continue to abuse regularly. It's just, we live in an upside down world right now.
Yeah. And also, like, the writing is on the wall. You see it. We know it's happening. We know it has happened. Yet it's become this like partisan bullshit.
To me, it's crazier than the trans restroom thing.
Oh, yeah.
That somebody who's dead, like, do you think that Epstein killed himself?
I don't know. Like, no, but yeah.
Like, if he's been in prison and gotten out of prison before, why wouldn't he just think he was going to get out of prison again? Especially if Donald Trump was going to be president.
He killed himself, what was it, like 2018? He was in office.
Oh, then they definitely killed him.
Another part that's absolutely crazy to me is that, first of all, Republicans and people on the right have such a warped idea of, they think the left and Democrats are just them, but the opposite.
Yes.
Meaning like, oh, what are you going to do if the list gets released and Bill Clinton's on it? We're going to fight to put that person in jail because he's a predator.
And Monica Lewinsky was 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, no duh.
But I mean, like
we know.
Like, the right is like, well, it's like a team sport for them. Like, is what they're saying is that like they want it to be hidden because they like Donald Trump? And I'm over here like we want all pedophiles to go to jail.
Yes, we would like,
no matter who they are.
It is that thing where the most guilty scream the loudest, right? Everything that they accuse the queer community of are all things that they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
There are 5 people connected to Epstein that have died by suicide. So there's Epstein, there's Virginia, one of the accusers. Remember a few years back when the special assistant to Bill Clinton committed suicide? He flew on the Lolita Express, this guy, Mark Middleton. So, and then you've got a modeling agent friend who made several attempts to commit suicide in his cell in 2022, had been in prison for like 2 years. I believe that one a little bit more. Like, if you're like a modeling agent and like you get accused of raping a minor and you're in jail for 2 years, like, all right, maybe. And then the head of Dutch Bank had a relationship with Epstein from 2013 until 2018, like financially, and had hired him. And part of his role was dealing with Trump's private banker, and Epstein. That's weird. That's a lot of suicides around somebody.
It's corruption, it's cover up, and the problem is that there's no. It seems like the problem is that there's no entities connected to it or no entities that are big enough and powerful enough to expose it that isn't involved in it.
And nobody cares.
Right.
Because protecting women has never been what it's about. It's never been about that. And if they had any desire to protect women, they would invest in research for women's health. They would legalize prostitution, quite frankly. That's insane to me. Like, why can't a grown woman make money when she's got the hottest commodity in town?
Because then the men in power who do purchase it and hide it wouldn't be able to hide it, wouldn't be able to keep it under the rug, wouldn't be able to brutalize them. I guess I'm also confused. Why is the president and Congress the deciders of whether this list gets released?
Well, because we now live in a dictatorship.
True.
Because Congress does whatever he wants. Now, it could be that this is the thing that breaks the cult-like hold, and people can start to move in a direction of accountability for this administration, and people in elected offices can do that as well.
So it says that the Department of Justice and the FBI control most of the investigative files because it is a national case. They can decide to declassify or release documents voluntarily. They can redact them because of law enforcement sensitivity or national security concerns. Federal courts could also release it because a lot of the files are under protective orders by the federal courts.
I mean, the federal courts are stacked with Trump people.
Exactly. Congress cannot unilaterally release classified material, but can subpoena documents. I do feel like our justice system isn't equipped to charge for cases like this. When it comes to Diddy, when it comes to Epstein, when it comes to R. Kelly, they always I watched the R. Kelly documentary. I've watched documentaries about Epstein. I've watched documentaries about Diddy, and you're just like, and then you look at what they're charged for, and it's like these seemingly tiny little things compared to the
genocide,
the massive abuse, sexual abuse. I feel like there's not a charge big enough to encompass what these monsters have done. Destroyed countless people's lives.
Destroyed people.
And then they're like you said, charged for one count of solicitation. R. Kelly was convicted in 2021 in the state of New York for racketeering, sex trafficking, exploitation of minors, forced labor, and the Mann Act violations. He got 30 years for that. In Chicago, he was charged with convicted of 3 counts of child pornography and 3 counts of enticing a minor. 20 years concurrent for each of those charges. So thank God R. Kelly will never get out of jail again because he's a fucking monster who destroyed people's lives.
And R. Kelly not committing suicide. Weird.
Right, because he's the only one that's going to get taken down.
And because he's not a white man.
Very true.
And why is Ghislaine Maxwell still in jail?
Well, Ghislaine Maxwell just got moved to a minimum security prison in Texas. It's basically like a country club for criminals. On August 1st, yesterday, we're filming, or 2 days ago, she was transferred from a federal correctional institution in Tallahassee, a low-security prison in Florida, to the federal prison camp, a minimum security facility for women in Bryan, Texas. She's serving a 20-year sentence for sex trafficking crimes. The transfer occurred shortly after Maxwell spent 2 days meeting with the Deputy U.S. Attorney General Todd Blanche, during which she reportedly provided information about others involved in Epstein's work. The idea they're trying to sell is that she's helping take down all these monsters, and that's why she's getting pardoned. But it's really, I feel it's because she's going to protect monsters.
I think she's definitely going
to getting a deal.
Yeah, I think she's definitely going to protect monsters, and she's definitely going to get a deal. But it could also be that, I mean, this was her partner, and she would know better than anyone else if he was going to commit suicide.
Yeah,
maybe not. That's not a fair thing to say. But I feel like she would have a good indication. And if your partner gets suicided, or your longtime whatever gets suicided, that's a great motivator for you to cover up for other people.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, I feel like we're never going to know.
We're never going to know.
Yeah.
But we're going to know that women were hurt. With children.
Yeah.
16, 17. That's insane.
Yeah. But I am interested in seeing where this moves going forward. I hope that it feels satisfying. And I think the only thing that will feel satisfying is victims being able to speak out, victims feeling like there's justice, and that people get punished. If you're hanging out with this person, if there's pictures with you, that's enough for me.
I don't know about that part, because I think of how many fundraisers I go to or have been to, and how many people are there. And oftentimes you're rubbing elbows with people you would never be in contact with. And oftentimes it's someone who people want their photo taken with. If there weren't women in the photos don't bother me. The photos where Prince Andrew clearly has his arm around a teenager.
Right.
God, I have a picture with Louis C.K.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, but when names like David Copperfield, Michael Jackson, Bill Clinton, Donald Trump are appearing in witness accounts, flight logs, contact book entries, that's enough for me. Maybe not a picture, but you're on his plane, you're going to his island, you're appearing in witness accounts. Witnesses are saying that you were there and you did this.
No, if you're appearing in witness accounts, yes. If you're just getting on a plane and going to his island, no. because that's how someone with this level of wealth operates. You go to them when you want something.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can create this thing, this log that will never be able to parse out who was getting a massage and who was going to get a loan. And I think that was done by design. I think there's a reason why he lived on that island, and there's a reason why people had to go to him, and it was because he had all the money. And we still are not exactly sure where he had all the money from, because apparently he wasn't that good at what he was doing.
Right. And
So
also
we're
it's
guessing
like,
he had the money from getting people kids they could fuck.
right. And also having these names associated with you protects you.
Absolutely. Or so he thought.
Yeah. Jesus.
So yeah, Trump definitely had that guy killed.
Yeah. Thank y'all for listening.
Thank you for listening to Queer Times.
Yeah, this was a roller coaster of an episode.
We went all over the place,
Yeah.
but thank you for listening to Queer Times. Make
Yeah.
sure you tell a friend, share it,
Yeah. Subscribe.
spread the word, subscribe.
Give us a review.
Give us a review. We love reviews.
Yeah.
Unless you don't like it, then fuck off.
Yeah. Bye, y'all.
Queer is in.